Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Auto Buddy on Haiku. I'm your host, Roshun. And today, I've got with me two very special cars. Of course, both are the same. It's the Kia Sonet, the new Kia Sonet. This is the 7DCT automatic, and the other one is the IMT manual transmission, clutchless manual. Before we drive the Kia Sonet, let's just look at the design. It is a sub 4 meter compact SUV and has Kia's signature tiger nose grille. The GT line gets red accents. The heartbeat shaped LED daytime running lights, LED headlamps, and round muscular design give it good road presence. It rides on 16-inch alloy wheels with red calipers on the GT variant. The rear windshield appears to curve into the C-pillar because of this plastic panel. The LED tail lamps appear connected with a reflective strip. Like with the Seltos, Kia has loaded the Sonet with features. The GT line gets a black and red interior color scheme, while the Tech line has a beige color scheme. It comes with a 10.25-inch color infotainment system that controls a host of functions: reverse camera, Android Auto, CarPlay, navigation, lighting controls, etc. It also gets wireless phone charging, ventilated front seats, and a sunroof. Many functions can be operated via voice commands too. Hello Kia. Open driver's window.
Opening the driver's window.
The Yuvo app has 57 features that it can control, including remote starting the car, which can also be done with a key fob remotely. I'm driving the Kia Sonet, and now that I'm alone in the car, I think I'll take my mask off so you can see me. So this is the Kia Sonet with the 7DCT transmission and the 1-liter turbo petrol engine that puts out 120 PS of power and 172 Newton meters of torque. Now in this vehicle, this engine is really peppy and the transmission is quick to shift. The cabin is very refined. You don't hear any of the external noise in the cabin. It feels very well put together. The plastic quality and all the little bits around are quite good. Interesting bit of trivia: the name Sonet stands for social network. Now this car is typically a millennials car, so I guess, with the whole social network buzz, they've brought in that name into the Sonet as well. It has a whole host of connectivity features. It has the Yuvo app, obviously emergency roadside assistance. You have the little button on the mirror over here where you can call for emergency roadside assistance. One of the key things Kia has capitalized on in the times of COVID is to put in an air purifier in the car. And not only does it have a regular air purifier, it comes with a HEPA filter which claims to block out as much as possible of all the viruses around. And you even get a perfume cartridge. Now this is something you saw only in very high-end cars. You know what? I think I'm going to go look for a hardware store, because I think the only thing missing in this car is the kitchen sink. Now on most parameters, the Kia Sonet actually is the segment topper. Whether it comes to boot space, 392 liters in the Sonet, or interior width, it's probably the second best in the segment. And then in terms of features, well, this has got all the features, including a feature I like in hot Delhi summers, which is ventilated seats. Now this is the only vehicle in the segment that has ventilated seats. So what really happens here when Kia gives you all the features in a vehicle like the Sonet is that it urges competition to catch up. And you're going to soon see these features being offered by others as well in this segment. So what Kia has done is brought in all the features you found in luxury cars down to this segment. So a quick note about the ride and handling of the Kia Sonet. The steering feels very light at steep speeds. But then in this you also get different drive modes. You get Eco, Normal and Sport. Now when you switch it to Sport mode, not only does the engine become far more peppier, you also get a little more heft in the steering, making it a little sporty, and the steering angle also changes a little bit, meaning you have to give minimal input for turns. So with the transmission, you this being a 7 DCT, you also get manual mode where you can just shift it to the right and go up and down the gearbox just by a pull of the lever. This is a good place to check hill hold control. I am on an incline. I just take my foot off the brake pedal and holding it right there. Accelerate and it moves off. Good feature to have. So I'm now in the rear seat of the Kia Sonet, and this is fairly spacious for a person of my height. I'm 5 foot 8 inches tall. I have adequate knee room and adequate headroom over here. There's a nice airy feel to the cabin because of the sunroof as well as these wide windows and these quarter glasses back here. You get an armrest in the center with cup holders. Hold it up and you can seat 3 people. 2 in comfort, third person, you need a skinny person in the center. You get a USB port over here to charge your phone, place to keep your phone, rear AC vents, and an air purifier which shows you the air quality inside the car as well. It has a built-in perfume cartridge, which means it smells nice as well in here. Overall, I like it. I'm now driving the Kia Sonet IMT variant, and this is a clutchless manual. So you have a manual transmission, a 6-speed manual transmission, but there is no clutch. The function of the clutch is entirely handled by a mechanical device. You have no control over it. So can you do some sporty driving with the Sonet IMT? Let's see if I can launch it. Shifting into first gear, left foot on brake, right foot on accelerator, rev it, and no. While it takes off fast, you will not get wheel spin like you can with a clutch. That's the only thing with the IMT. But then the IMT is not meant for that. The IMT is meant for relaxed city driving. In fact, I can shift at will whatever gear I want to choose without pressing the clutch because there is no clutch. And in bumper to bumper traffic, like if I stop, I'm in third gear, I come to an absolute stop, it says please shift down, I can shift to second and I can take off in second gear. You can start the car in either first or second gear and it will move off smoothly. Of course, you cannot start in third, fourth, fifth or sixth, but you can come to an absolute halt in any gear. You want to reverse, just shift it into reverse, release the brake and reverse. So it behaves entirely like an automatic transmission. The IMT does give you a better sense of control than even the 7 DCT because you can shift at will. You can redline it in each gear before shifting up into the next one. So that way it does give you that sense of sporty driving, but not in terms of getting some wheel spin. I can really get used to this. Strange. I didn't think I'll really miss that press the clutch and shift the gear action that you're so used to when you drive a manual transmission. This is pretty natural. Even if I accelerate flat out without lifting off and shift, there is a firm action to the gear shift, but the clutch doesn't jerk at all. So the only thing we don't know about the Sonet right now is the pricing variant for variant. But given what they've done with the Seltos, I think Kia is going to be fairly aggressive with the Sonet's pricing as well. And don't be surprised if this becomes the new segment benchmark. So that was a day well spent driving 2 variants of the Kia Sonet, the 6-speed IMT and the 7-speed DCT. Now there's nothing very different since these are both the top end variants, but that is the GT line, so you get a little stylistic difference in the bumpers and the little red accents everywhere, while this gets grey bumpers and a different interior theme. But overall, this car, be it in terms of power delivery or overall efficiency and the way it performs, I think it's going to be the new segment topper. It's going to give a tough fight to the Brezza, the Nexon, the EcoSport, the XUV 300, and of course the Hyundai Venue, which is its cousin. Kia has done a good job with bringing in the Sonet in the segment, and like the Seltos, I think it's going on to be a winner. For Autobody this week, this is Roshun signing off.